Hello Pisces, and welcome to your abundance reading for April 2025. It's going to be very general, so take the bits that resonate and leave the rest. Let's welcome in the high frequency archangels, ascended masters, light beings, spirit guides, and of course our higher selves to assist with this reading today. Pisces, let's see what's going to jump out the center here. So we're coming off the end of those eclipse energies, but we're probably still in them, feeling the effects. The readings have been reflecting a lot of change, and a lot of people seem to be up-leveling and changing their tack and changing their approach to things, maybe changing things practically as well. So here we go, Pisces. This is the theme for your reading, which is the Five of Wands. Sometimes talks about honing skills. Okay, it can be conflict. You could be talking about inner conflict or outer conflict. In other words, maybe you're mixing with a group of people, and maybe you're not getting along with them, or maybe there's just arguments. Maybe this is a work situation. But it could also be talking about you mixing with a group of people and feeling really inspired and passionate as you do so, and just really being able to hone your skills here and practice something, whatever that is. Or maybe you're literally doing like a form of martial art or something to do with the body here. There might be some movement or some activity, physical activity that you're doing maybe. Here, Pisces. Let's have a look now. I'm just going to pause for a moment and get a general sense of this. Okay, Pisces, this is very interesting. You are a water sign, but we have no cups in your reading. So this could mean that maybe you're firing up your intellect and your passion and your ambition at this time, and you are working hard at not letting your emotions get in the way of that, if that's been the case before. Let's continue. The first house, you have the World card here. And your first house has to do with the identity and the self and the body. And, let's get real here. This is, in the middle of this card is a person, a nude person, okay? So this could be not about you being naked, Pisces, okay? We're not talking about this, but what we're talking about here is maybe there's some things that you are coming to terms with regard to your physical body. Maybe you are losing a bit of self-consciousness. Maybe you are going to be using your body in a way to create the impression or to create an image that you're wanting to create, and you're wanting other people to see you how you wish to be seen yourself. Okay, and maybe you're going to become more aware of that in the month of April. This is also about stepping it through a portal. It's also about success. Okay, so maybe you're going to have success in creating maybe like a new image, or maybe you're literally going to be working on your mind-body-spirit connection, like your mind-body connection. Maybe you're going to be having some success with that as well. Maybe you're looking at health, well-being, and the body comes into that as well. Okay, so maybe you are doing some more, as we mentioned, physical activity here. Maybe you are working away at your physical health and well-being here, Pisces. But with all those other themes that we just mentioned in this first house card here for you. In your second house of daily work ethic, this is looking really nice. I think you're going to be striking a nice balance between work and hobbies or interests, okay? And also, of course, social and family and, romance and that sort of thing. You're going to be getting a nice work-life balance here, okay? I think if you have been overworked in the past, I think, or underworked, if you've been out of work, I think things will either step up for you in terms of you'll get more work, or if you've been overdoing it, you'll be pulling back. So there'll be, whatever resonates there for you, Pisces, in terms of what fine-tuning you are going to make, because the 6 is a harmonizing number. So you're going to be harmonizing this thing of work and work-life balance, although work is part of life, but work and other things. Could also be talking about balancing this idea of giving to others and also giving to yourself. Okay, so maybe a nice balance of your time spent with others and giving out your energy, and then time spent for you, regrouping your own energy here. Pisces, I think this is actually your power card here, the moon. And interestingly enough, it's in your 3rd house of communication. So the moon often is talking about illusions or things that have been hidden. So maybe you're going to be shedding a bit of light on things that have been hidden. Maybe you're going to be investigating, some ancient knowledge or some hidden secrets even about yourself. Maybe you're going to be investigating your own subconscious and really starting to, maybe you're going to write about it, or maybe you're going to, you could even be seeing a therapist, maybe you're going to be talking about your subconscious or doing, maybe even looking at past lives, maybe you're going to some soul work here. And I feel like maybe you're going to be mixing with other people that are doing that, and you're kind of going to be, it's going to be a really big learning for you about your soul here, okay? Yeah, let's just keep going around on the reading here. So the 4th house, house of home, I feel like you're going to be taking charge here. This is also about your, the 4th house talks about the divine feminine, or about your feminine aspect. So I feel that maybe you are going to be looking to bring your feminine aspect to the fore more. You also have in your 5th house of creativity this Magician card here, Pisces. So it's looking like you're going to be really activating your willpower, your ability to use all of the resources, all of these elements, within you, and also whatever you have around you to work with, okay? And it probably also means too that if you do have income, you're going to be putting it to really good use. The money that you're going to be spending on yourself, it's going to be, I don't think you'll be doing much frivolous spending here, Pisces. I think it's going to be very well thought out, but I think it's going to, whatever you do, it's going to be as a means to work towards and fine-tune here your experience of abundance in your life, whether that's financial, spiritual, emotional, intellectual, okay, social. I didn't mention that already, but this is, really in your house of creativity, confidence and expression. I think you're really going to be maximizing those resources there, which is going to be great for your abundance here. We have the Sun card in a moment in your 7th house, but in the 6th house here of health and purpose and things like that, I feel like you're going to be moving towards once again the number 6. So you are definitely harmonizing things here, Pisces. You also have the 6 of Wands in your reading, so a lot of 6s. So that's a great sign, because even this is talking about the mind and communication. I feel like you're going to be moving towards perhaps doing more meditation, cultivating calmer states of mind, and also communicating in new ways. But this can sometimes talk about moving to a new location. But because there are swords there, I feel like this is more about you communicating or talking your way into a new situation that's going to be more peaceful for you and more harmonious, okay? And more abundant, of course. In the 7th house, you have the Sun here, which is really great. This is talking about partnerships, which could be to do either with business or romance. Okay, so it could be business partnerships or romantic, but this is your inner child as well. So whatever you're going to be involved in here, maybe it's one other, it might be one other particular person. There could be a real opportunity for you to activate your inner child here, Pisces, moving forward in the month of April. And yeah, just to be aware of if and when that might be happening, and sort of really tuning into that moment and being present, and just kind of really going within, using your moon energy here to go within, maybe take some time out to just kind of tune into that feeling as well. Here we have the Queen of Pentacles. In your next house, the 8th house of, shared financial assets. This is quite a comfort card. It's grounded, earthy, and it can also talk about, you know, being comfortably in financially speaking. So maybe this, I think this is, you are going to, with this, perhaps it's a business contract or a partnership of sorts. I think you're really going to bring a lot of happiness and joy. It's going to make you feel really happy, okay, to be with this other person. And I feel like it's going to also lead to you feeling really nice and grounded within yourself, which is really lovely. It's really awesome. And then this is followed by the Six of Wands, which is success. So Pisces, this is going to be great here. In your 9th house, you have higher education and wisdom, possibly travel. Okay, so I think other people are going to be, this is the card of, you know, positive reputation. So I feel that perhaps you're going to be moving forward in the area of education. Maybe you are going to travel and have a holiday, but whatever it is you're going to be doing here, Pisces, okay, it's going to be successful, which is what this card is saying here. Now we come to the Two of Pentacles in your 10th house, which is talking about your adaptability, your ability to be flexible, and this is with regard to your career as well, okay? Your reputation, again. This energy specifically is about, you know, positive, about how others see you. This is also about that, but you are here, you are kind of juggling things a bit, but you're being adaptable. So I think maybe if in your personal life and in your work life, you may need to juggle things a bit here in terms of, you know, this talks about public image. So maybe if you're wanting, you know, time to yourself and time to sort of ground here, you might have to juggle that with, you know, being in the public eye and doing some other things. But this is also playful energy here, very passionate. See a lot of red here. So once again, very kind of resonant with the sun. Okay, lots of red there as well, as with the Queen of Pentacles. You know, she's sitting there quietly, but she's also really focused and passionate. She understands like the, you know, the value of enthusiasm and vitality and all that as well. Queen of Pentacles can also talk about working on your health and well-being, which was kind of a bit of a theme at the start, wasn't it here, Pisces? So I think there might be some mind-body stuff coming in here for you as well. Yeah, and this could be certainly, you know, maybe you are balancing mind and body here, okay? Yeah, or your practical responsibilities as well as your physical health, well-being, okay? Because sometimes the earth element talks about those two aspects, and not ignoring one or the other, but hopefully being able to integrate them both into your life in a successful and abundant way. It's looking like you're going to be able to do that. And here we have the Eight of Swords. This is in, you know, the wider groups, social awareness, humanitarianism. I'm going to get some clarification on this because this is looking like here, Pisces, that you still feel a little restricted in some way with regard to that. So this could be that while you're fine-tuning things here, maybe you're actually working hard. This is something that you're working on that doesn't necessarily have a happy feel for you. You do have the Six of Swords, so you are moving towards more calm and peace. But it's feeling like socially, in terms of friendships, that maybe you're feeling a little restricted. Let's see if we can get some, sorry, wrong deck. Let's see if we can get some clarification on this. Because in your next house of the 12th house of spirituality, you have this beautiful higher consciousness Ace of Swords potential energy of getting personal truth, getting clear on that, higher consciousness. This is talking about, you know, being very clear-minded and clear-sighted as well, okay? And having success and victory in that area as well. Okay, Spirit, we need to get some extra info on this Eight of Swords here. Let's see what's going to jump out. Okay, for you, Pisces. Wow, we have the Two of Swords. Okay, so this can be about making a decision. So maybe it's a matter of choice. It is the element of air still. Okay, I'm going to grab another one off the top. The Wheel of Fortune. So this has been a cycle. So maybe this is something that you're looking to release here. And I feel that what's going to happen is that for whatever reason, maybe maybe at this time or maybe in the month of April, there might be a drop off of your of the of your amount of social connection, possibly. But I feel like with this here that there's something about if you can tap into your spirituality and do some higher consciousness work, or maybe mix with people that do that sort of thing, that I feel like this is going to help, because this could be a cycle here of you maybe experiencing a little bit of, wanting to keep to yourself, but you're still covering your bases, you're still fulfilling your responsibilities, but maybe you're you feel as though you may be missing out on the friendship thing. If that resonates, Pisces, okay? If that doesn't resonate for you and that's not your experience, then this bit is probably not for you, okay? So, yeah, this can be about making a choice to do something. And it's interesting that we have the Wheel of Fortune is talking about good fortune. And it's sort of about, maybe you have a lot of things to choose from here, Pisces. And maybe you've chosen lots of different things, but maybe you're going to be getting clearer on what it is that you're going to be doing with regard to working with friends and groups, and perhaps feeling part of a humanitarian purpose here, possibly, if that resonates. So I also have the Emperor, the Ace of Cups, and the Strength card. Yeah, so this is, Pisces, is about you kind of stepping into your power here. We're still on the Eight of Swords. And, really looking at this is the Ace of Cups. This is really looking at your spirituality, your intuition, your creativity, okay? So within any of those things I've just mentioned, those three, creativity, spirituality, intuition, if there's something of any of those that you feel that you have been holding yourself back in, or that you haven't felt free enough in order to express them fully, or whatever it is that you are wanting to do in any of those areas, then it could be a matter of sort of just applying some real discipline to allow yourself to do that, and also to allow yourself to feel into those. It's okay to feel happy and to feel joy. And I think because, Pisces, you've had to hold back on these things for such a long time, and maybe because you've felt that you've had to do other practical things and you've had to work hard, that these things have had to be in the background, okay? But it's sort of looking like that with your confidence and your success here and your Magician, I feel that you're going to be able to, and your Queen of Pentacles, you're going to be able to create this foundation whereby you're going to have more freedom to be able to do these things, okay? And you're certainly going to feel more like you're calling the shots, that you are the commander of your own ship, so to speak, okay? Maybe you're going to have more time and more space to do these things. And this could be just feeling unsafe to do certain things, or self-restricted, but sometimes this can sort of come from past life trauma. Actually, I can't remember whose reading it was, but yeah, we also had past life trauma come up in another reading, okay? Because with regard to even spirituality or connecting with others, especially people in our past lives, that when we felt really strongly about something in our past lives, and we have, ascribed to or been a part of a certain social group or a spiritual group or a spiritual movement, many of us in past lives have experienced persecution, trauma, torture, and all sorts of horror, and death, all sorts of horrible things as a result of doing that. And so I feel like that could be what this energy is talking about here for you, Pisces, okay? But it's to say that, it's okay now. You can sort of stand here. And I mean, this is literally a picture of a witch here. So, and witchcraft was one of those things, like thousands of people were killed. And I wouldn't mind betting that many of us have had past lives, and it could, maybe this might resonate with you, Pisces. It's okay to stand here now with your cup, and, if you wanted to do the full regalia, that's up to you, but, you don't have to do that. It might just be an internal thing or internal processes and practices that you do, okay? And this is about you, really having that strength. I really love this card, actually. That's like someone, like, expressing their spiritual belief. And it doesn't have to be, witchcraft. I'm not saying you have to do that. It could be anything. And this is lion here is looking like, the beings from Lyra. So the Lyrans were very... really ancient. They're like basically the founders of a lot of the humanoid kind of collectives and civilizations that sort of flowed on from that, because their collective kind of dispersed, and then dispersed to, you know, Pleiades and Sirius and all that, and then they all kind of came down to Earth as well. So many of us are descended from these beautiful Lyran beings. And this one here, of course, is four-legged, but there are Lyran beings that, you know, that stand upright. So I really like this. It's almost like it's like a bit of a call back to, you know, like galactic. You know, might be looking to galactic lies as well. So yeah, so, you know, Spices, I mean, that was sort of way out there then, those suggestions, but, you know, I don't think anything's way out there anymore these days. But yeah, and I think that you're fine-tuning, you are going through a process of change here, and maybe this is an inner wrestling, a process for you of coming into a state where you can give yourself permission to be yourself more fully, to be your intuitive, creative and spiritual self, okay? Because I feel like you're ticking all the other boxes here. We're going to grab, that one just kind of flew out, forgot to be shuffled. Here we go, the Divine Director. Pisces, this is from the Keepers of the Light deck. Okay, intervention and purpose. Awesome. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided. Happiness is your purpose. Yeah. Pisces, this is like, you know, this is to do within your house of 7th house, which is talking about relationships. Okay. Happiness is your purpose here. And this is, you know, success and happiness as well. Okay. Yeah. So I'm just going to go to grab another one here. Okay. Melchizedek, higher learning. And I think this might be coming in. This might be talking about your higher self aspect, your past lives, your multi-dimensional self, you know, looking into all that, Pisces. You have learned from experience. More inner study is now required to further progress. And that could be certainly what's happening here, because this could be the inner, this kind of feeling or sense could be what's, you know, indicating to you that maybe there's a little more inner processing. But the interesting thing is that I think you already know all of the answers, Pisces. It's just a matter of going within and maybe getting some assistance. Melchizedek is really awesome guide, very high frequency ascended master, okay. The order of Melchizedek, yeah, well, basically very associated with Christ consciousness and a whole lot of other really high frequency guides. So this could be definitely an energy that you'd like to call upon here, Pisces. Yeah, just awesome. I hope that's been helpful. Look forward to our next reading. In the meantime, have a great day, great week, and I'll see you again soon.